You ever fall so deep down into the rabbit hole that you're just like, oh my God, how did I get here? How did I get here? You're just like, trying to find your light. Yeah, I feel you. Hello, beautiful people. In this video, I am sharing with you what it feels like to be on psilocybin mushrooms, also known as magic mushrooms. I am sharing from my own personal experience, from research that I have done, and from what I have seen myself from other people tripping. I am not going to go into the science aspect of what mushrooms do to your brain and what parts it triggers and whatnot, because there's a lot of chemistry to it, and this video would be way too long. But so first of all, disclaimer, this video is not to encourage anyone to go out there picking their own little mushrooms and go take some or whatever. If you feel called to, do your thing. But everyone will have their own experience, so even trying to explain what it feels like is extremely subjective, and they will take you places. All right, they will take you places. They're illegal for a reason. It's called tripping. It's called going on a trip for a reason. You will see things, you will face things, and there's no going back. For me personally, they have completely changed my life for the better. I don't think that everyone can handle the truth, so they are not for everybody. Yes, everyone may be able to take them because, I mean, according to research, you can't overdose on them, but they're not meant for everybody. Trust that whatever you are being shown is for a reason, because the spirit of the mushrooms are trying to show you what needs to be shown to you. Okay, so some of the most common things that you will experience when you ingest psilocybin mushrooms are a change in body temperature, like you'll feel cold and then warm, then cold and then warm, whatever. You'll yawn a lot. Your perception of like time and space will be like all over the place, like time won't really exist. Some of your senses will be enhanced, especially your hearing, and visuals, of course. Things will seem so out of proportion. You may feel sick. Again, it all depends on you, so like your body will definitely experience some changes. So the thing with psilocybin mushrooms is that when you take a dose, your mind will not reverse. It's kind of like that part of your brain will remain open. So when you take another trip, it's kind of like you go back to where you finished, right? So it's kind of like you're incrementing, of course, your entire experience. But again, it depends on everything: your environment, the person, your body, how you're feeling, what you've been going through in life, what needs to be shown to you, so many different things. So yeah, I have had the most beautiful experiences that have helped me heal as a person and really recognize like my purpose on earth and like why the fuck am I here. My last trip though, I am gonna say, was the worst experience of my life. The worst 2, 3, 4 hours of like my entire life. It felt like forever. It felt like it was never going to end. I did go through what is so called an ego death, a heroic dosage that I was not prepared for, which I will speak about in my next video because it's actually really exciting to speak about that experience. I basically died, but yeah, that's why I'm saying mushrooms can be very fucking dangerous, and I mean it when I say that. Always have a guide because you don't know what the fuck you're gonna go through. So I personally did not do any research before taking them. I had heard about them and just like here and there about like, ooh, ego death and that. I was like, but never really did research. I did, however, have a really strong calling to do them, and so I did pursue that because I felt like I really needed to. I really had no idea what the fuck I was getting myself into. So if you are called to do them, just be prepared before your trip and after your trip, because most likely your life will change after. The way that you perceive things will be very different. I started out with really small doses, and then every time I would increase the dose. I would always do it in the same environment and with the same person because I trust that person a lot, and we'd always vibe really well, so we'd have really good trips together. We would make shroomies, which are like what we call like fruit smoothies, and blend in the mushrooms, so we would ingest it by drinking it. Okay, so my first shroom trip was a very beautiful experience, actually. I remember listening to music and I could just feel the lyrics, like literally every lyric was hitting me. I was so in sync with the person that I was with that we were actually reading each other's minds. It was very emotional. A lot of things were brought to the surface and had to be dealt with and faced with. I experienced a lot of visuals. Things were just like, things would move, colors were crazy. It was more of like friendly visuals though, like things were moving and such. It wasn't anything like crazy like when you take higher doses or like LSD. So I remember me and my friend were like laying on this fuzzy rug and we were listening to Coldplay, Fix You, a live version. And I remember it literally felt like we were in the concert. Like it felt so real that we just started crying. We're like, oh my gosh, lights will guide you home. Like we are light. Like we're little stars, and like we'll always be guided home because we're light and this and that. And just like it's kind of like all these questions just like come out of nowhere, and you start questioning so many things, but then also all these answers start dropping out of nowhere, and you're just like so wise, and you're just like, where is this all coming from? And it's kind of like life makes sense. You're just like, oh my god, life makes so much fucking sense. So yeah, it was a really nice experience. Very emotional though. So yeah, overall, your senses are really enhanced. Your perception about like time and things and reality are really like warped, and just like boom, you might face like the destruction of your ego slowly coming down. What you thought was real may just be a complete lie, and you'll just face it all like boom, all at once. You might think that your entire life is a lie. And yeah, your emotions are just really can be triggered very easily by music or something that you remember randomly comes to your mind or whatever, and most likely you have to face it. Like I said, I have a lot of respect for it, and I think that everyone should, because there are dangers to it, and if you do take a trip, like, do your research, have a guide, be prepared. Be prepared in a lot of ways, like set your intentions for what you want out of the trip. Do your research on how they were grown, where they were grown, all that good stuff, and you will be guided to something beautiful, I'm sure, because you're meant to see what it is that you are shown. If you have any questions about this, comments, or whatever you would like to hear from my next video, which I will be explaining my so-called ego death. I basically died. Just drop them below and I'll try to answer. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next video. You will be taken someplace other than this physical reality.